Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to West Coast College virtual graduation. I would appreciate it if you could ensure that you are all ready for a proceeding to start. Please, wherever you are at the moment, rise and remain standing while the academic procession is in progress. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. I would like to ask the West Coast College Council, Mrs. Balbantini, to constitute the ceremony.
Executive management team, our esteemed graduates, fellow council members, and guests, good evening. By virtue of the power vested in me as the chairperson of the College Council, in accordance with the Continuing Education and Training Act of 2006 and the Statute of the West Coast College, I hereby solemnly declare the certificate ceremony duly constituted. Thank you.
Mr. Pumzile Mkuzu, Malmesbury Campus Manager, will lead us in prayer and scripture.
A very good evening. Allow me to greet the council, the CEO, and the entire management of the college, as well also the parents and the students that are here today and online. Before I pray with you, I'll read with you 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 17. Only one verse only belong. It reads as follows. But the Lord stood with me and gave me the opportunity. Why I am choosing this verse or this chapter, it is saying that the Lord stood with you. In the difficult times, in the rainy times, good and bad times, the Lord stood with you to be today graduating. And when you're graduating today, there are too many people who had this, were also willing or also desiring to have this opportunity, but they've never got it. But you received this opportunity to study, and today you are graduating. Hence, I'm saying that God stood with you. It was not your might, not because that you are good, but because the Lord kept you. The Lord preserved you. The Lord walked with you. All the journey that in fact now for the 4 years, for the 3 years, for the 6 months. Some of you depends, but the Lord was with you. So we thank the Lord that in fact now was with you all these times. So that's why I'm saying now, we're so grateful for this opportunity. I'm going to pray without any waste of time. Father, before we are praying today, we acknowledge that some of our students are not here today. Some of them passed away due to COVID-19. Some of them are sick due to COVID-19. But we believe that you are God. We pray that you will keep them safe wherever they are, those who are sick. And we pray that, God, that this opportunity and this graduation, that this diploma and certificate these children are going to get today, it may open doors for them. Doors, Father, that maybe were closed might be open. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, amen.
I would now like to ask the Chief Executive Officer and Principal of West Coast College, Mr. Lungisa Mbulawa, to do the official welcome.
Good evening, colleagues. You look beautiful. Program Director, College Council Chairperson, Ms. Ndini, and then the entire College Council members, the AGT representative, Sister TVET College principal and their staff, our parents, stakeholders in industry and their representative, our guest speaker, Reverend Mona Mayor, West Coast College Executive Management, campus managers, and broad management members, West Coast College staff, SRC president, and then the entire SRC members, graduates, friends, family loved ones, and lastly, our graduates, 2019 graduates, and then everyone who's watching this ceremony. I would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone who has come to our inaugural virtual graduation ceremony. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, many of us who wanted to attend this historical event were unable to do so since there is COVID-19 restriction. I would want to thank management, employees for making this happen in the face of this pandemic. Please wear masks, maintain a social distance, get vaccinated, and wash your hands as frequently as possible. Today, you deserve the best from your colleagues and your family. We are all proud of all of you. Indeed, you deserve a round of applause. So give yourselves a round of applause. Once again, I would welcome you all to this virtual graduation for 2021, class of 2019. Thank you very much for streaming live. 2019 has seen many highlights for the West Coast College. These highlights showcase the caliber of the college that we have been chosen to be your education partner. These highlights include appointment of the principal and the chief executive officer of the college, appointment of the deputy principal finance, student participation in the National World Skills SA competition, sending of our lecturers to Russia to attend the World Skills International competition, first cohort of Center of Specialization student, sub-recertification, visit by the Deputy Minister for Water and Sanitation as part of our Water Week and the Mandela celebration. One of the top colleges regarding NCV results in the country, also receiving a clean audit for 2019. We invite you to all to sit, relax, enjoy this event with us. Although it is not done in person, we still celebrate each of your achievements that we have worked so hard for. However, we miss the duration that goes with the face-to-face graduation ceremony. Welcome to your night. Welcome to the first session of the virtual graduation ceremony of 2021. I would want to leave you with the quote from our first democratic president, Nelson Mandela. I quote, "Young people must take it upon themselves to ensure that they receive the highest education possible so that they can represent us well in future as future leaders." I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mbulawa. I would like to introduce the keynote speaker, Reverend Morne Meyer. Reverend Morne Meyer hails from Cape Town, the mother city of his beloved South Africa. He lives in the United States, where he is currently pursuing a doctoral degree with a focus on theology and transformation at Payne Theological Seminary, a top-ranking institution of higher education and also the oldest freestanding accredited black seminary in the US. He is also currently employed in an executive position at Payne, where he assists the school in building its international studies, offering to further academically qualify high-potential candidates from all over the world. Not many people know, though, that his educational journey started at a TVET college. He is a proud product of the sector. In fact, he completed his National Senior Certificate in Business Studies from Tygerberg College, followed by an N6 certificate from Northling College. His leadership potential was also spotted as a Northling student, where he was elected to the SRC for 3 consecutive years. He also served as the first inaugurated president of the Western Cape College's Student Representative Council. He was called to serve at a young age and faithfully pastored several churches in the Western Cape before relocating to the United States in 2017. It should come as no surprise that he is also currently the senior pastor at Central Chapel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Yellow Springs, Ohio. Before relocating to the US, he was a marketing manager at West Coast College. He also worked as a senior recruitment specialist for 11 years at Boland College and as a student support officer at Northling College. Despite living in the US, he remains deeply committed to Cape Town. Reverend Morne seeks to promote the welfare of others, especially by donating to good causes. As a philanthropist, he does not only share his funds, but also his experience, time, talent, and skills to help others to create a better world. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, Reverend Morne Meyer.
Greetings, graduate class of 2019. I bring you special greetings from the warm and sunny Wilberforce, Ohio in the USA, the place I now call home. It is an honor for me to be with you today and to celebrate your achievement. To the chairperson of the College Council, Ms. Mtini, the principal of West Coast College, Mr. Mbulawa, deputy principal, management, staff, lecturers, marketing manager, and marketing team, thank you for this invitation. It is my honor to be your speaker today. Parents and family, but most of all, to our graduate class of 2019. Congratulations on this milestone achievement in your life. You are making history to be the first virtual graduating class, and I'm honored to share in it with you. I'm not sure where you find yourself, but right where you are, give yourself a warm round of applause. Graduates, today is your day. It is the benefit of years of hard work, and it reflects your accomplishment, and indeed it is a celebratory moment. But I know you envisaged and dreamed of this day in a different fashion. I'm sure in your mind you have planned how you will walk across the stage, and some of you will slay across the stage, your outfits, your hairstyles, your family celebrations, and how you will come together. Unfortunately, life has been threatened by a pandemic that has claimed thousands of lives in South Africa and millions of lives across the globe. This unexpected and unpredictable virus has shut down economies and religious gatherings and special family celebration. It has closed doors of companies and have left many unemployed and hungry. Like you, I was just as excited and dreamed of walking across the international stage here in the USA to receive my master's degree in 2020. But I want to remind you, like I reminded myself, that today is the day of recognition and credentialing. Today adds to your credibility and value. You are receiving a qualification, no matter how you receive it, in person or virtually. Don't be caught up by the method of receiving your reward. But today you receive a qualification, a credential called education. Education, which the late president famously said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And in a knowledge economy, education is the new currency by which nations maintain economic competitiveness and prosperity. They say a nation that does not invest in its children, its future is doomed. The nation is doomed because without strong foundation, the future looks bleak. Investing in the children and our youth lays a firm foundation for future generations. The nation and parents now, however, may invest in children, but they, the children graduates, are the sole desires of their future. In the words of the author and motivator, John Richardson Jr., I quote, "When it comes to the future, there are three kinds of people. Those who let it happen, those who make it happen, and those who wonder what happened." Graduates, in which category do you position yourself? And although the pandemic shook us to our core, and as we try to manage and survive in the midst of this crisis, I know you are excited and full with proudness and joy right now. But I will fail in my assignment here today if I do not give you a reality check. Up to now, you have been sheltered, protected by possibly caregivers and family, living at home, being supported by friends, your lecturers, and college staff. But life is unpredictable. It is filled with challenges and complexities, tears and sadness, laughter and joy, highs and lows. It is like a mixed masala, a bitchy van alles. And as you go through life and try to make sense of your journey and your destiny, and continue to strive for success. Yes, today this achievement is great, but I want to urge you, graduates, don't stop here. I want you to push through to your purpose and destiny. Purpose and destiny, people often fail to recognize the difference between purpose and destiny. They use the term destiny when they should use purpose, or vice versa. They use it interchangeably as if it is identical or equivalent concepts. But the two concepts are different, though it is related. Destiny should always drive your purpose, while purpose drives your action. Let me say that to you one more time. Destiny should drive your purpose, while purpose drives your action. Purpose provides short-term focus, while destiny provides long-term perspective and direction for your life. Graduates, and action must have purpose. A lack of purpose can result in our wasting time and energy doing things inefficiently or incorrectly. There should be a reason and intent for every action that you take in life. Every action should have an expected outcome, a desire, and an end result that you're trying to achieve. A life must have purpose. A life without purpose is a series of pointless, disconnected actions. The person without purpose wanders aimlessly from one disappointment to another disappointment because they don't have standards to guide them towards success. West Coast College graduates, you need to ensure that you have purpose. Destiny. True destiny, graduates, doesn't just happen. It must be sought after. It must be wanted. You have to desire to go after it. Achieving destiny must become the guiding purpose of all other purposes. Reality check, it won't be easy. Allow me to give you 3 things out of my life experiences as I go through this journey, as I push towards my purpose and destiny. The first thing I want to share with you today, graduates, is it will take some sacrifice. Achieving a goal requires hard work and sacrifice. In this life, to reach purpose and destiny, you will have to let go of some things. You will have to make the sacrifice. Look at successful figures in society here in the United States and in South Africa, like Kobe Bryant and Siya Kolisi, Wade van Niekerk, Bonang, Mateba, and Oprah Winfrey. To both stardom to that level, they had to make personal sacrifices, like investing more personal time, waking up early in the morning when others are sleeping. You must make some sacrifices. It will cost you both some financial sacrifice, social sacrifice, and even emotional sacrifice. To get to where you want to be means you will have to let go of things that you think are important now. Sometimes it will require you to let go of some of your friends and even divorce yourself from some family members. You will have to make some calculations. Before I moved to the United States, I had a good life in South Africa, but I strive for something more called purpose and destiny. I had to let go of some of the things I had. I had a nice apartment, a nice car, a good job at West Coast College, a successful small business, a thriving congregation, 3 streams of income. But I had to sacrifice for purpose and destiny. It will cost you some sacrifice. Graduates, I understand that sacrifice is necessary for success. Great success generally comes with great sacrifice. My second point I want to make today and share with you is it will require resilience. Resilience is the ability to withstand adversity and to bounce back from difficult life events. Being resilient doesn't mean that people doesn't experience stress and emotional turmoil and suffering. However, those who lack resilience, or let me make it easier, those who lack a bounce back attitude, get easily overwhelmed and may turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms. However, let me share with you, I often cried myself to sleep for being in this unknown surrounding. I found myself in when I missed home cooking and Cape Town life and the culture and our family and experiences. I was confronted with a country that faces racism and social injustice on a different level. I had to survive amongst people that don't know me and at times don't even understand me. When I had to deal with an immigration system and overbearing legal matters, there were days when I questioned myself and even my ability to be in this race and on this journey. There were days when I felt I bit off more than I could chew. I felt bent over, stretched out, and compressed. There were times when I wrestled with the voices of naysayers who said I will never make it, with the voices of haters and backstabbers and grace blockers. When my Facebook page showed the American dream, but my heart cried to pack up and go home. But I simply had to bounce back, have resilience, and tell myself there is no turning back. I had to remind myself why I am here, for purpose and destiny. I had to activate my faith in God and simply be resilient. The third point I want to share with you today is in this journey and on this journey to purpose and destiny, you need to be persistent. Persistence is the choice to continue in spite of difficulties, failures, and opposition. Now, the reality is in this life, this mikmasala of life, you will have opposition. You might even fail 19 times and only succeed the 20th time. Being persistent means getting up after failure, dusting yourself off, learning from your mistakes, and trying again. The whole process will help you to gain experience, which is vital for your success. When obstacles and challenges and complexities and difficulties arrive, persistence can help you move over, around, and through them. Persistence means to push through when it feels you cannot push no longer. Persistence means to keep on going when the going gets tough. Persistence means not to give up, pack up, and let go. Persistence means to keep on against all the odds. And as I close today, on this graduation day, I want to share with you briefly what my late mother said to me on a dying bed. She fell ill and went into a coma. I went to go visit her one evening in hospital. I ran up the staircase, and when I got to the top of the staircase, the nurse said to me, "Wow, your mother is making progress. It seems that she wants to wake up." I got so excited. I responded to the nurse and I said, "I almost gave up." Somehow my mother heard in her subconscious mind my words. When I got into the room, she woke up out of a coma, and the first word she said is, "Never give up." I just missed it for a moment, and we went on engaging, and then she turned to me a second time. She looked at me and she sternly said, "You never give up." Then we continued to engage, and she slipped almost back into a coma. But before she went back into the coma, she whispered one more time, "Never give up." She reminded me that in this life, you will have difficulties and challenges and haters and disappointment, and you have grace blockers, and you have people that want to stop you. But all you need to do is make the sacrifice. Be persistent. Keep on going. Be resilient. Bounce back. But most of all, never give up.
Thank you very much, Reverend Morne Meyer, for those inspiring and encouraging words. It's a pleasure listening to someone who is such an obvious role model to our students. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the reason why we are all here, the acknowledgement of the certificates and diplomas. I would like to call upon Mr. Themba Ndaba for the announcing of the certificates and diplomas. Thank you very much, Mr. Ndaba. Ms. Mtini, College Council Chair, Mr. Mbulawa, Chief Executive Officer and Principal of West Coast College, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will now be awarding the certificates. I would like to urge you to comment, share, and react on the various platforms that when you hear your name called and see and appear on the screen.
Chairperson of the College Council, Ms. Babalwa Mtini, it is an honor to request that you confer the Further Education and Training Certificate in Early Childhood Development Level 4 to the following candidates: Jamie Lynn Abrams, Isabel Salom Abrams, Danilia Elizabeth Adams, Geneva Adams, Jamie Lee Adams, Hazley Adams, Rory Adonis, Venita Adonis, Jadine Abigail Alexander, Mabre America, Angela Amatera, Michaela Andrews, Valencia Andrews, Adelaide April, Claudina RNC, Mushina Arnold, Lizanne Azure, Lulama Badi, Malin Bali, Lucian Bangani, Sipokazi Pekapi, Roche Belling, Esmeralda Piocas, Melone Piocas, Thea Piocas, Elsa Piocas, Hazeline Binas, Johnny Blankenberg, Carl Box, Esmone Paulson, Bianca Boyce, Lisa Brandt, Jacqueline Brandt, Sophia Brown, Felicia Bugan, Susan Berg, Helen Buzik, Natasha Karls, Zelda Carolas, Chandre Carolas, Florina Klasse, Michaela Klassen, Eloise Klassen, Annelie Rowena Klutzer, Delmene Klutzer, Sylvia Klutzer, Carinda Klutzer, Nicole Klutzer, Yulandi Klutzer, Audrey Klutzer, Cornelia Conradi, Kayla Daniels, Amanda Doug, Zaida Davids, Asrasha Davids, Shannon de Klerk, Chriselle Delport, Vivian Diedrichs, Monique Derks, Anneline Dazen, Heather Elman, Estune Engelbrecht, Shante Iso, Shannon Farmer, Claudine Farmer, Logan Farmer, Lindsay Farrow, Kaylin Farrow, Nozette Fredericks, Enrico Gedalt, Malin Geland, Leandre Goedeman, Etsteska Goedeman, Piliswa Goli, Faith Melody Goliath, Biandra Goliath, Amelda Han, Elkan Hart, Chandre Harvey, Marisa Hennis, Alida Henry, Marne Kellyanne Heinze, Nigel Hoffman, Martley Isaacs, Sipesihle Charlie, Crystal Yankis, Nosisa Chechane, Geneva Sylvia Jimis, Eldin Joste, Chris Sheila Josias, Jokemine Julis, Candice Sashali Kapembe, Velemina Kurt, Bianca Esmeralda Quordom, Tembisa Kota, Shannon Abigail Kutse, Hester Krill, Mpuneng, Krizanda, Carol N. Leitegan, Mpuneng Lifata, Vivian Christoline Lewis Levis, Eloise Liederman, Sarita Links, Valdine Nadia Lof, Tara Lombard, Benetha Lottering, Patricia Lottering, Misha Lowe, Shereen Lowe, Judith Lucas, Monique Marman, Eleanor Mart, Shanae Megot, Marita Maponopono, Junei Marcus, Carlen Simone Marcus, Kathleen Martinez, Shelleen Martinez, Vileni Martinez, Tracy Lee Mbendeni, Cynthia Mfene, Nicolene Mjoli, Pindiwe Mkwakwi, Bongiwe Patricia Mkwakwi, Crystal Morris, Yanita Moses, Candice Mostet, Vuiswa Mutolwana, Welbene Muton, Nomvuzo Mkongozi, Ntomboxolo Cynthia Mshumi, Carmen Althea Mutemeri, Nombuso Ndlovu, Anya Nell, Yulita Nero, Rowena Nero, Nancy Lee Noble, Victoria Oliver, John Uor, Mashi Orain, Linelda Ores, Yanelish Uvis, Chardonnay Pauls, Vanessa Pedro, Judy Peters, Rowena Petro, Althea Phillips, Lavenda Peterson, Tyrene Roems, Antina Roman, Jaimari Runba, Berenice Joanne Rake, Timika Donnelly Sefila, Andre September, Beverly September, Annalise Snyders, Clarica Snyders, Amberly Solomons, Jocelyn Solomons, Xolelwa Somkenke, Lisa Marie Steenkamp, Hazel Steneveld, Wayne Swartz, Melissa Taylor, Margaret Thomas, Chandre Titus, Amelia Titus, Nadia van der Westhuizen, Janita van Rooij, Celine van Skalkwyk, Desiree van Wyk, Kaylin Laandri van Wyk, Maria van Sail, Benit Fisagi, Simone Williams, Debradeska Williams, Chester Ray Olin Ventvogel, Dombekaya Midrand Obo, Nomfunego Miranda Ogiso. Chairperson, this concludes the certificates in Early Childhood Development Level 4. I request that, as a chairperson of the College Council, it is indeed an honor for me to request you to confer the following certificates in Early Childhood Development Level 5. Nurmobin Abrams, Somaria Adams, Kazilda Adams, Evelyn Adams, Ruida Adams, Mashi Alias, Nizel Andreas, Jolene Andres, Joanne Marisa Arency, Leanne Barnett, Surenda Passon, Theresa Paycom, Gabrielle Biokas, Celia Pesdenhewood, Karen Bock, Jamilda Bon, Juliana Boyce, Elizabeth Boyson, Juliana Brandt, Siposetu Busakwe, Blanc Carolas, Romilda Caesar, Elzan Christians, Nadia Glassens, Crystal Klutzer, Rogre Conrad, Ashante Cornelius, Christoline Daniels, Gail DeCock, Sarah DeVere, Anovuyo Delani, Ricky Diedrix, Millicent Dolly, Elsa Douglas, Monica Duplessis, Charlene Dacre, Muriel Gertrude Extin, Lucinda Erasmus, Daniel Faro, Ati Fekekle, Shanae Figeland, Maloney Eleanor Fortain, Margarita Fortain, Monita Levina Fortain, Leanne Fransman, Getandrius Fransman, Esseline Fransman, Adele Fraser, Cereline Fritz, Delmin Freyer, Ronel Gedalt, Charlene Hanke, Nadia Hans, Doreen Hector, Monique Hendricks, Elizabeth Hendricks, Ronel Hendricks, Monique Wop, Saraha Isaacs, Melanie Jacobs, Derenice Yankis, Kate Yankis, Pamela Jezile, Maxine Job, Jessica Natasha Juoste, Temrin Jordan, Christelle Josephs, Shinita Julis, Sebastian Julis, Bugi Wenkondlo, Anthea Levedin, Lawrence, Lucinda Licodier, Linel Rolinda Low, Kelly Zita Low, Joanne Marman, Samantha Marman, Babalwa Madelisa, Anati Makaula, Shalin Manuel, Marilda Marshall, Michaela Martin, Tamari Machabana, Olga Funeka Mbabane, Tembisani Mbalo, Makis Mentor, Elizabeth Matt, Sylvia Michel, Genevieve Joseph Michel, Juliana Michel van der Ros, Ndombozugo Anita Mkiva, Nosipho Mlungwana, Shanrit Muton, Nomveliso Patricia Mtanga, Tuliswa Mvakate, Nomncediso Nomfuneko Mxhasa, Charlene Maybeck, Zingiswa Ndabeni Sotaka, Zintle Ndikandika, Zenobia Davida Nero, Adriana Nero, Jerome Nero, Tembega Njogweni, Anele Nochekwa Songelwa, Raquel November, Kollega Ntuta, Janet Dean Walk-Haynes, Angeline October, Monica October, Annika Otto, Jolene Uvis, Lulama Peter, Natalie Phillips, Leandi Paulman, Elvina Peters, Donna Jean Peters, Lisandra Peters, Geraldine Peterson, Rishenda Andrea Pinto, Cindy Lee Pullman, Lisa Prince, Rolin Pipers, Nomtandazo Kuleka, Mariana Rank, Joretha Raman, Anik Rieder, Martha Richard, Nobahle Hugule, Jane Simpson, Simone Sussman, Melita Scholes, Elisna, Selnamd Hugo, Matsidiso, Sikoaka, Benize September, Mpo Sias, Nosipo Situkutezi, Wendy Smith, Nicole Smith, Elisna Smith, Valencia Smith, Senobi Snyders, Tracy Lee Solomons, Kathleen Stevens, Ruchen Stoltz, Carol Summers, Mickey Swartz, Johnny Bianca Seister, Tina Tane or Tane, Lee Thorne, Susanna Theis, Melandri Lee Titis, Audrey Magdalena Titus, Maria Titus, Linda Titus, Imelda Natalie Titus, Lizelle Nadia Trump, Fezega Chutwana, Sureta Valentine, Odelia van der Merwe, Leanne van Hoy, Florina van Roy, Janae Enrica van Roy, Christine van Rooyen, Messia van Wyk, Griselda Ilana van Wyk, Sasha Lee van Wyk, Lina Magdalena van Vengat, Anda Voia, Lihang Venskat, Salama Williams, Nande Zananto, Nosi Viwe, Gloria Zona. Chairperson, this concludes the certificates in higher education in early childhood development, level 5. Chairperson, I would like to request that you confer the certificates in National Certificate Vocational in Office Administration, level 4, to the following candidates. Kuhle Abrams with 1 distinction, Cynthia Adonis, Ziada Adrians with 7 distinctions, Johelyn Amsterdam with 4 distinctions, Gaynor Anthony with 3 distinctions, Karine Arency with 13 distinctions, Evanik Baron, 2 distinctions, Asipe Blai with 2 distinctions, Simnigiwe Poki with 4 distinctions, Simamkele Polomani, Dainolin Poison, Busiswa Bushman with 9 distinctions, Lunati Pushula with 2 distinctions, Mikhail Shetty with 2 distinctions, Chantel Klassen with 7 distinctions, Raymond Klutzer with 2 distinctions, Fariza Kutsia with 5 distinctions, Sinesipo Tangala with 10 distinctions, Portia Josie, 9 distinctions, Shane Dazen, Setati Faniso, Ongeziwe Fipaza with 2 distinctions, Tyrick Forbes, 1 distinction, Fransman, or rather Leshwin Fransman with 2 distinctions, Samantha Freister with 1 distinction, Bongiwe Qinisa with 6 distinctions, Mtabiseni Gobeni, 1 distinction, Francisco Xavier Rose, Portia Hambisa, 1 distinction, Kolosani Hoboyi, 1 distinction. Claudine Jephthah, 1 distinction. Zantei Johnson with 5 distinctions. Yonela Joka. Jacqueline Carlo Joncas. Whitney Goodson with 14 distinctions. Felicia Koch with 11 distinctions. Coben Larry. Lushane Lamet with 3 distinctions. Asipe Limekaya. Piliswa Longo. Melanie Lospa with 13 distinctions. Mataline Allison Lottering with 13 distinctions. Miliswa Millicent Matolo with 5 distinctions. Otemba Makaluza, 2 distinctions. Tembagazi Makeba with 1 distinction. Anati Masala Oyama Masekwana. Sipiwe Mbanyana, 3 distinctions. Yolanda Mbebe with 8 distinctions. Nomaza Mbovu. Kuhle Mbubu. Temba Mdaka with 1 distinction. Amkelwe Tulumango Mdalo with 4 distinctions. Tulisa Memela, 1 distinction. Yamkela Mgolombane. Zanele Mchikeliso, 2 distinctions. Sinazo Mlungu. Diketso Moliko. Mantoa Miriam Mongo, 2 distinctions. Wendy Mosinki, 10 distinctions. Puleng Cecilia Masola with 3 distinctions. Palisa Mote, Nonsikelelo Mpukupa, Sandisiwe Mtuwapi with 5 distinctions. Zandile Nubegazi, Esethu Ndaba, 1 distinction. Bonkosi Ndlela, Wonke Ngokweni, Nozethu Nkwaza, 2 distinctions. Kamvaletu Faith Nofemele, 2 distinctions. Bongeka Kiziwana with 1 distinction. Anati Ntosela, 1 distinction. Nomvuyo Nukwayo. Zenande Nondumiso Okes with 10 distinctions. Nontombi Panchwa, 6 distinctions. Tsepang Wellington Farera or Parela. Nontombi Potwana, 1 distinction. Elaine Primoy is 3 distinctions. Rendani Maureen Ramavale, 7 distinctions. Nicole Ravens, 1 distinction. Chantal Rutas, 3 distinctions. Veronique Natasha Sol, 11 distinctions. Unati Sitwai with 1 distinction. Benelli Smith, 2 distinctions. Anele Sokekle. Ellerin Solomons. Xolelwa Sondlo with 1 distinction. Lwandlekazi Sosibo with 3 distinctions. Artis Pelmandla, 3 distinctions. Gavin Brian Swartz, 6 distinctions. Joshua Swartz, 2 distinctions. Olwetu Tifi. Busisiwe Pinky Tonyela. Tsepiso Promise Tulwana, 1 distinction. Dombefigile Twani. Kim van der Westhuizen, 2 distinction. JD van Skalkwyk, 1 distinction. Ruth Mikhail Van Sail, Olelwa Vundle, Daniel Waris, 3 distinctions. Rotella Vetboy, 2 distinctions. Nomfezeko Xhasa with 2 distinctions. Nyameka Patience Yeko with 4 distinctions. Chairperson, this concludes the certificates in Office Administration Level 4. It gives me a great honor to request you, Chairperson of the College Council, Ms. Mtini, to confer the national certificates vocational in hospitality level 4 to the following candidates: Radan Leandre Apollos, Sherilyn Tamara Armstrong, Liabona Banjatwa, Amisa Kwili, Nomalungelo Mabaleka, Busisiwe Mfando, Pateka Namba, Amanda Neza, Yonela Ngali, Pelisa Njaka, Lindi Sipo Nsopo with 10 distinctions. Nwabisa Priscilla Posile Luto Vena. This concludes the certificates in hospitality level 4. It gives me a great honor, Chairperson of the College Council, to request you to confer the certificates to the following candidates, and this is National Certificate Vocational in Management. Lauren Anthony with 11 distinctions, Zizipo Janji, 1 distinction, Anati July, 1 distinction, Itumeleng Kahleli, Tabisa Ligotsi, 2 distinctions, Zinhle Priti Manyati, 4 distinctions, Sally Ann Martin, 1 distinction, Joseph Isaacs Morare with 10 distinctions, Simbongile Mpande, Anele Mvimbi, Zina Mzaifani, Melon Zandisile Mzimba with 1 distinction, Tembaletu Ngokola, Mziwanda Ndavuza, that is 2 distinctions, Akona Ngiwa, 2 distinctions, Masikole Enge Gideon Setley with 8 distinctions, Fatima van Skalkwyk, 9 distinctions, Nomawetu Williams, 1 distinction, Zimelele, Ayevela Zimelele. Chairperson, this concludes the certificates in management. I'm honored to request you, Chairperson, to confer the following certificates to the candidates that I will call out. The certificates is Education and Development Level 4. Francoline Boysen, 1 distinction. Sinovuyo Hali, Tembela Komomo, Desiree Samantha Horn, Raymond Rick Kamis, Lizel Lowe, Lizette Lowe, Carmen Martin with 13 distinctions. Xoliswa Cynthia Mhlekwa, 3 distinctions. Yamkela Mpumela, Lien Nivegeld, 1 distinction. Lizette Orson 1 distinction. Yonela Somsam. Mivuyo Tokota with 10 distinction. Tembagazi Tsetsane, 1 distinction. Alien Van Skalkwyk, 2 distinction. Davidine Lucinda van Wyk, 1 distinction. Karin Viviers, 2 distinctions. This concludes the certificates in management. Thank you. Chairperson, it gives me an honor to request that you confer the certificates to the candidates that I will call out in National Certificate Vocational Engineering and Related Design. Masihandil Quentin Fumbata with 7 distinctions. This is in automotive. In fabrication, we have Giovanre Joste with 7 distinctions. Gerald Sheldin Leonard with 4 distinctions. Henrik Lucas with 3 distinctions. In fitting and turning, Soyisile Janti, 3 distinctions. Pulukeho Masobela, 1 distinction. Berlin Vedboy. In welding, it's Elroy James Kluter. This concludes the certificates in engineering and related design. Chairperson, it gives me an honor to request that you confer the certificates to the candidates, and this is NCV, National Certificate Vocational, Electrical, Infrastructure, Construction. Lorenzo Davids, 2 distinctions. Nobayete Photo, 2 distinctions. Tony Yars, 7 distinctions. Tsekiso Keswa, 5 distinctions. Well done. Mpo Sotetsi, 4 distinctions. This concludes the certificates in electrical infrastructure construction. Chairperson, I request that you confer the following certificates in NCV, that is National Certificate Vocational Primary Health. Lilane van Rooyen. This concludes the certificate in primary health. Thank you. Chairperson, I request that you confer the following certificates in NCV Tourism Level 4 to the following candidates. Gino Dira, 4 distinctions. Kylin France, Ayabulela Guma, Anya Jacobs, 4 distinctions. Andisiwe Kolisi, Naledi Ntogozo Kwena, Avela Maposela, Ntiseng Princess Mngai, 2 distinctions. Sinalo Mngongela, Noloyiso Nani, Eve Nokele with 2 distinctions. Avuya Sandlana. This concludes the certificates in tourism. Chairperson of the College Council, it gives me an honor to request that you confer the following certificates in artisan trade, which is very crucial in the sector. In boilermaking, Shadwin Cook, Jeremy Corezane, Kyle de Klerk, Shantla Europa, Marvin Yankis, Quintin Lambert, Heinley Marman, Sfiso Ntuli, Francois Eugene Simery, Dylan Williams. This concludes the certificates in artisan trade in boiler making. I'm honored to request chairperson of the college to confer the following certificates in artisan trade in electrical. It's Van Baker, Siposetu Boko, Zianda Dlamsha, Lorenza Erasmus, Sivano Fortain, Shane Hermanas, Peter Homan, Enva Isaacs, Tasnim Jardine, Zanele Kabuopi, Regan Koopman, Tabile Marobobo, Nontando Mbabane, Rowan Mentor, Avela Mkadi, Jabulane Mkhawuli, Olwetu Ngape, Nasipi Ngolo, Kabelo Piginini, Kiniwe Poshia, Sikela or Sikela, Nomsa Edith Twai, Dylan Watson, Sinetemba Worasi, Olani Alisa, Sibulele Zokolo. This concludes the certificates in artisan trade in electrical. I request, Chairperson, that you kindly confer the following candidates in the certificates trade artisan trade in fitting and turning: Lyle Arnsey, Verna Klutzer, Marcelina Green, Wallace Herman. This concludes the artisan trade certificates in fitting and turning. Chairperson, Ms. Mtini, I request that you confer the following certificates in artisan trade to the welding students, and the following candidates are Matuvanu Alpha, Jody Bester, Clinton Carolas, Titus Kluter, Marshall the Brain, Jonathan Derks, Nobuntu Dukwe, Sayed Ayman, Peter Extin, Raymonda Faro, Andile Faindala, Mbuiseni Hlomendlini, Marshall Heister, Ricardo Jones, Zibele Kamnga, Nomvuyo Kefu, Tembela Koni, Shandre Lopsha, Aubrey Lefril, Ashley Levis, Siabonga Matlakala, Ncedo Matomela, Reni Matthews, Sibegezelo Nchangase, Duncan Seister, Edwin van Boven, Diane Feljun, Enrico Williams, and Soli Zwane. This concludes the certificates in artisan trade welding.
Madam Chairperson, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will now be awarding the diplomas. I would like to urge you to comment, share, and react on various platforms when you hear your name called and see it appear on the screen.
Chairperson of the College Council, Ms. Babalamtini, it is giving me a great honor to request that you confer the following diplomas in business management. Charmaine Basson with 8 distinctions. Aviwe Sweetness Bula with 1 distinction. Megan Isaac Skudit Benedict Ox Kelton Ted Volmer with 2 distinctions. This concludes the national diplomas in business management. Chairperson of the College Council, it is an honor to request that you confer the following national diplomas in financial management to the following candidates: Andisiwe Bauti, Uyasixolisa Gungubele, Liqaqambe Mapisa, Samela Mcechwa, Zimasa Mkhweqe with 1 distinction, Zingiswa Mlandeni, Pakama Mlilwana with 1 distinction, Atang Napi with 1 distinction, Anele Felicia Nkosi, 2 distinctions, Aneza Nokaka, Lien Ngazeka, Leitelang or Latelang Setoi, Casey Lee Smith with 3 distinctions, Sikelelwa Yolanda Sopuza, Brittany Taylor Williams. This concludes the National Diploma in Financial Management. Chairperson, I request that you confer the following national diplomas in human resource management to the following candidates: Shannon Andrews, Caroline Carolas, Amelia Francis with 8 distinctions, Mel Hudeman with 1 distinction, Siambonga Chubisa with 1 distinction, Siposetu Madubula, Yamkela Mahlumba, Apiwe Mhlaza, Fefekazi Mkumshana, Sivile Christopher Nkabi, Nonsigelelo Paliso, Tabang Victor Ntobo, Atandisiwe Nyosana, Keith Patrick Peterson, Elvina Seister, Veronica Candice Titus with 3 distinctions. This concludes the national diplomas in human resource management. Chairperson of the College Council, it gives me a great honor to request that you confer the following national diplomas in management assistant, which is awarded to the following candidates: Carlin Brenwin Brandt with 8 distinctions. Janine Charles, 3 distinctions. Tamali Christian Griselda, 14. Anati Gladile, 1 distinction. Lusanda Guija, Anishka Hesselman, Notangala Hlonipa, Kaylin Yankis with 3 distinctions. Pabatso Mafiesa, Nomasitole Manitana, Augustine Skeffers, Takatso Sekesi with 7 distinctions. Nkamuheleng Sipa, Astrid Snyders, Charlene Snayers, Chandri Fisher with 2 distinctions. Nomvuyo Ake. Chairperson, this concludes the National Diplomas in Management Assistant. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tembandaba, Vredenburg Campus Manager, for the announcement of the diplomas and the certificates. I would like now to call upon the Deputy Principal Academic, Nomathemba Dapula, to present the Top Achiever Awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to award the top achievers for the following categories: top business studies students, top engineering studies student, top utility studies student. Students who are present, please take note. You can come up and shoulder bump the principal and your campus manager and stand on an X. I would like to present the following special awards to top students in each of the following categories. They walk away with Certificate of Achievement, prizes sponsored by Absa Bank and Vodacom. Top business student from the Atlantis campus, NCV Office Admin student is Karin Arense. Top engineering student from Citrusdal, NCV Electrical, Tsekiso Keswa. You can greet the principal and your campus manager. Top utility student from Mamasbury Campus Hospitality, Lindu Sipo Ntsompo, is also not here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dapula. I now call upon the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Lungisa Mbulaba, for the awarding of the Principals and College Chairperson Award.
Evening once again. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, every year the Chief Executive Officer and then the Principal of West Coast College select one recipient for the Principal's Award. The overall top NCV student, it's based on the best academic achievement. This candidate achieved 13 distinctions out of the 3 years at the college. This student walks away with a laptop sponsored by Kate Book Suppliers, a Samsung phone from Vodacom, and then the monetary prize from ABSA. She has achieved an astonishing 85% over her period of study at the college. This student is from Atlantis campus. Ladies and gentlemen, the Principal's Award is awarded to Karen Arenza. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great honor to award the Chairperson Award is for the top national diploma student. This award is based on the best academic achievement. This student walks away with a laptop sponsored by Kate Book Suppliers, a Samsung phone from Vodacom, and then a monetary prize from ABSA. This student achieved 8 distinctions out of the study period at the college. Once again, it's a female. She has achieved an astonishing 81% over a period of study at the college. This student is from Friedenberg campus. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chairperson's Award is awarded to Karen Brandt.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and a huge congratulations to all the recipients. We now call on Mr. Babal Bontini to officially close the certificate ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, graduates and guests, it has been a great pleasure to have you with us on this auspicious occasion. By virtue of the powers vested in me as the Ladies and gentlemen, graduates and guests, it has been a great pleasure to have you with us on this auspicious occasion. By virtue of the powers vested in me as the Chairperson of the West Coast College Council, in accordance with the CET Act of 2006 and the College Statute, I hereby declare the certificate ceremony for 2021 duly closed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and we would like to congratulate the graduates on their success, and another round of applause to all of you. We would now like to call upon Mr. Andy Swartboy, Deputy Principal for Corporate Services, who will now do the vote of thanks, whereafter we will conclude with the national anthem.
Thank you, Mr. Kutsia. Yeah, Mr. Ndaba, I think you need a lot of water after that pronunciation of all those sons, and you did splendidly. Thank you. Graduates, guests, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone who's joining us, whether it's from your couch, your car, your bedroom, your family room, or everywhere in between. People is even watching from bathrooms, I would like to believe. Certainly, history has been made. Our first virtual graduation is nearly done. And we can only grow stronger moving forward and be more innovative and make this our new normal. It is really warmed my heart to witness how the comments are just lighting up and how students and their families respond when they see their names, their accomplishments of what they have achieved thus far. To me, it says a lot about how you value education and specifically having grabbed this opportunity with both hands. Thank you for your participation in the college programs, but remember, there may be other opportunities that will be knocking at your door. You must strive to be a lifelong learner. Thank you to all the parents and the families who have supported you during your studies. You know, when you go off to the campus to go and study, the parents is off working, cooking food, making sure that you have everything comfortable around you. So thank you for those parents in particular, and those ones that is providing the support. We are all aware of the socially challenging circumstances of our communities. So well done to all of you for your perseverance and your commitment. To our guest speaker, Reverend Mornay, he is truly an inspiration and a role model worth emulating. His passion and his commitment truly shines through. And remember what he said, never give up. If those tough times come, adversity come, take up the challenge. Life is full of adversity. And those who want to be successful need to overcome those adversities. And you have people around you and institutions like the college that can help you to overcome those adversities. So thank you, Reverend Meyer, for contributing so meaningfully towards our history and the success of our first virtual graduation. I want to thank the College Council chairperson, Mrs. Mtini, for the official opening and the closure of the event, and all the members of council for their ongoing contribution to the West Coast College. To all the representatives of the Department of Higher Education and Training, to the stakeholders and trusted partners, thank you for always being there for us when we need you to recruit students and to host them in your workplaces. We really, really appreciate that, because without you, we would not be able to reach all of our dreams and our targets. Thank you to our campus managers, and thank you to Mr. Nkuzo for the prayer during the ceremony. We really appreciate that. To all the sponsors, including Vodacom, so we must just check whether those phones are working. And then ABSA Bank for the cash prize. So I hope it's more than 10 rand notes. And then to Cape Book Supplies, thank you for making sure that this occasion is a memorable one. I want to thank the academic managers, Mrs. Rogers, Mr. Kutsia, and Mr. Miller, the project leaders, Mrs. Prinsloo, Mrs. Gertrude van der Westhuizen, Mr. Nacius Ngada, the academic staff, along with the campus managers again, under the leadership of Mrs. Tapula. Well done. You have really done well in preparing and guiding our students and our graduates. Thank you once again. Thank you to the Chief Executive Officer, Principal, Mr. Mblawa, and all of the colleagues who made this event a success. It was the first one. I was a bit nervous, I must admit it myself. First time doing a live event, but I think Mr. Ivan Swart, he kept my hand and he said, no, I've got this. To the program director and the announcer, I want to thank you both for conducting the proceedings and the way in which you did it, Mr. Kutsia, Mr. Ndaba. You did a sterling job. So don't speak tomorrow, please. Anything. I think that voice needs a bit of Vaseline now. Thank you. Then to Mrs. Hamza, the Deputy Principal, Innovation and Development, along with the IND team, Mr. Swart, we do acknowledge and we do appreciate the work that's going on behind the scenes to make events like this possible. At the end of the day, students want to be recognizing their achievements. I know the pandemic has, catapulted us into a future that is very unknown to all of us. But I think events like this, it just give students new inspiration and bring new motivation. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for taking time. And thank you for being so innovative. And we are looking forward to more groundbreaking experiences within the college. This was session 1 of session 2. So tomorrow, if I give the same speech, don't crucify me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Swartboy, for that vote of thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, we are nearing the end of our ceremony. We will conclude by singing the national anthem. Please rise where you are and join us for the national anthem.
Thank
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain standing while the academic procession leaves the venue. Facebook page event section for the communication regarding the photography and the grounds hire for the photography next week. We encourage all graduates to complete the survey that will be sent to you or will apply it on the RSVP link. Also post all their photographs online on this day on social media using hashtag WCCGrad21S1. Stay safe till we see each other again. Thank you very much.